Are you ready?
Hey peeps, how's it going? Rocking the shades and the hoodie today. I don't really know exactly what we're going to talk about. We're going to see where it goes. But we're just going to give you some updates on the Pistons for those guys who may have not seen or been keeping up with this team since they got off to a slow start. But they have won 2 of the last 3 games, and they've been playing a lot better. There's still a ton of work to be done with this team, but they are improving. One thing that we've seen last night was the Detroit Pistons making adjustments. That is something we have not seen with this team under Dwayne Casey. Now, granted, it was against the depleted Orlando Magic, but at the end of the day, we are depleted too. Not as bad as Orlando was. Orlando was missing their 2 key players in Vucevic and Aaron Gordon. There we go. That's a tongue twister. We are missing 2 starters in Reggie and Tony Snell. We are missing Kyrie Thomas. He doesn't play a whole lot. But, I mean, both teams were banged up. But we did have our best 4 players out there in Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond, Derrick Rose, and Luke Kennard in no particular order. But we did have our 4 best players. So anytime those 4 people can play, I expect this team to go out there and compete. And what we are seeing with this team during this 3-game stretch is they're playing better defense. I can't say they're taking care of the ball because I had to do 18 shots against the Hawks. But they're playing better. Basketball, you have to have team chemistry. And I guess in any sport, you really have to have team chemistry. But in basketball, there's only 5 guys on the court at a time. So you might have a nice 1-2 punch, and that could carry you a long way. But you really need all 5 guys on the court to be on the same page at the exact same time. And what we're seeing right now is the Pistons bench producing. And that is huge. You look at all the good teams in the league. When they have deep benches, they go deep in the playoffs. And I'm not saying this team's going deep in the playoffs. Right now, we're not even in the playoff picture. We're fighting for the 8th spot right now. But it's still early in the season. We got a lot of time to turn this ship around, and I think that we got a good shot at doing it, especially if we can get Langston Galloway to continue to produce the way he's been producing. I don't think anyone's seen this coming except for Langston Galloway. Maybe Dwayne, I don't even know. Luke's been balling. He had 20 points the other night. We've been expecting Luke to do this, and it's nice to finally see him get his touches. I've seen something that Luke Kennard had a 20% usage rate when Blake was out, and now he's down to 12%. That's a pretty big dip, but when Blake comes back, you're going to look at it. We're going to talk about Blake ball here in a second. And then Luke last night had 12 points, all off of 3-pointers. Those guys were killing it. So if we can continue to get production like that, when Derrick Rose only has 2 points, Andre gets in foul trouble, only ends up with 9 points, this team's going to be good. Good. Again, it's only against the Magic. We got to see how they can do against real teams. We did hang around with Milwaukee without Blake Griffin for a minute, but, Milwaukee just decided to take over the game whenever they felt like it. So I don't think we'll ever beat Milwaukee, at least not with this team. They're just that much better than us. Unless something happens to Giannis, knock on wood. But he's having an MVP season right now. So, with this team, I think it really revolves around Blake. We play completely different when Blake's out there. And I think there is some conflict with Blake and Andre. I'm not saying that they hate each other. But this might be a deciding factor in who stays and who goes. Whether if we're going to trade Blake Griffin, or let Andre walk, or even trade Andre, whatever it is. But when Blake is out there, it's a completely different team, and I'm not really talking for the better. Blake's a beast, man. Blake can do everything, and that is what Dwayne Casey is letting him do, and it is actually hurting the other players' stats, and I think their confidence. When Blake's out of the game, I mean, look at last night, man. Blake and Andre were both on the bench. We had Derrick Rose, Langston Galloway, him and Luke Kennard were switching in and out, but then we had Luke. We had Markieff and Christian Wood. And that's when we put the gas to the pedal to the metal. That was I don't know what I was going there. But we took over the game, man. And that's really where we stretched our lead. And Orlando had no answer for it. Blake wasn't out there. And I know Blake's not 100% healthy, but he's not looking to get Andre involved. And maybe a little bit's on Dwayne Casey for not incorporating the 4-5 pick and roll. I want to see that more because Blake can handle the ball. He's one of the best big men ball handlers in the league. So I want to see it, man. And when we do see it, guess what? Blake either gets a fancy layup or a dunk, or he lobs it up to Dre. When they have done it, and it has worked. But there's some conflict there. Andre has not looked engaged since Blake has come back, and that's a problem. He's been in foul trouble in almost every single game. I think he's got like 4.5 fouls a game. He's leading the league in fouls. So something's not right there. And I don't want to say it is Blake Griffin, but ever since Blake has returned, this is the Andre we've been getting. Without Blake, Dre was going for 2020s, looking like the guy who wanted a max deal, and all of a sudden he doesn't want it anymore. I don't know what the deal is. That is really the only concerning factor for me right now going forward, because those are our two best players, our most impactful players, I should say. They need to be on the same page. We need Andre and Blake to both be leaders. It's really time for Andre to step up and be that leader. He's 26. He's in his prime. It all can't be Blake, But with people like Luke Kennard stepping up, Bruce Brown's playing great defense. I think he had like 13 points the other night. That's all I want for Bruce. If Bruce can average 13 points, I'll be happy. He's feeling a little bit more confident with the shot. Still doesn't look all that great, but that doesn't come with time. The Pistons got some young talent they needed to develop. I still want to see Jordan Bone be brought up here. I think he'd be great for us, but right now, I think Bruce is doing a good job. He is not going to be the permanent answer for point guard because he cannot shoot yet. So defenses really aren't playing him that tight out there, and he's not attacking the rim. He needs to be aggressive. I don't care if he keeps missing the shots or dunks or whatever it is. He needs to be aggressive. That's the only way he's going to be successful at point guard. He's got to be that dog offensively as he is defensively. Attack the rim, man. Draw some fouls and create some penetration. You got the shooters around you now. This is really the first time the Pistons have some outside shooting at more than just one position. So it's going to be a good season so far. Well, it hasn't been a good season so far. It's going to be a good season. The Pistons will turn it around. They have a lot of easy games on this schedule that they have to go out and win. They got to play Charlotte twice. That needs to be both W's, man. That's what I want to see from Charlotte. I'm going to talk about this probably tomorrow for the pregame. Show some heart. This is a revenge game for both of these games. Come out here and blow this team out, man. I know they got a lot of good players, but for some pride's sake, you got to come out here and get some redemption. And then we got to play the Spurs and Cleveland. Like I said, I'm not so sure about the Spurs game. I don't know what to expect from San Antonio. There's a lot of trade rumors floating around. But I expect San Antonio to hit that switch too and turn it around. I'm not saying that they're going to be a playoff team, but it's San Antonio. You really can't root against them. And then we have the Cleveland Cavaliers. I expect a win there. So the Pistons got some easy games they got to take care of. But like I said, I don't really know what this video was. I guess I'm just talking some Pistons. If you guys got any questions or comments, leave it down in the comments section. I'll be sure to get to them. Saturday, 1 p.m., Above the Rim is back. Our new date and time continues. It seems to be working out for everyone. We're getting better viewership. More and more people are able to come on the show. If you guys want to come on the show, hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. We got a lot of spots, man. A lot of guys hit me up. But come Saturday, you guys were no-show and you guys ghosted me, so I don't know what's up with that. That's on you. But Instagram, Twitter, DSA members in the description. DSA Roundtable is on tonight if you guys are still on the Lions bandwagon. I don't know why. But you guys can go over there and, as Micro Mike says, embrace the suck. With that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.